turnovers. Boston will jump it up with
fire for the opposing team.
Clark gets some space.
Averaging 29 points over that stretch.
And 13 of 27 from 3. The soft roll won't go. Billings, the offensive rebound, gets back against Connecticut in Indiana's final game before the break. You know, and one
play as well for Indiana, working on the blitz of Melbourne.
Melbourne guarded by Clark. Mitchell then takes her on the switch, but behind Boston gets it to her. Boston with a runway, flips the fever. Melbourne stops, dishes on the cut. Austin gets it back to her. Catch, fire, back up to us about it. All-star just having to adjust her mentality, readjust mentally to really embrace that. No, you get open threes. Bound feeds Clark. Twirling, looking, finding, Billings lays it in.
Just continuing to move, reading your teammates and staying in motion.
Game tonight. Here's Flaugier. Oh, nice move. What a fit. Billings lost it. Horston defending her. Billings forces it up and all.
Disadvantage, the retreat. It's always smart to retreat against the bigger player.
Pivoting away. Guarded by Melbourne. Mitchell.
To get Kelsey Mitchell a touch early in the possession. You see her here streaking right to the rim. Flaugier is at her best when she...
Flaugier Johnson, who Seattle was able to acquire. Clark gets fouled on the drive by Johnson. And Caitlin,
the free throw line. She did that so well when these teams met 11 days ago.
Yeah, it was 17 career highs across the board for Caitlin. With the last 3, Hall on the drive, slips it underneath beautifully to Boston.
If Boston continued to try to seal her, but couldn't because Fam's feet were moving because of the penetration from Hull. She's able to, but early on, that...
An all-star selection, trying to evade Boston. Nice cross-court delivery. Johnson, Clark weaving into the paint. Her little runner is good. People saying was deflected by Flaugier Johnson. Here's Boston, able to whistles. Under 4:30 to go in the first, and now we...
Right place and making sure she sets the tone. With Kelsey Mitchell, she's referred to as she is the professional, making sure everyone is where they need to be on it.
White was singing Aaliyah Boston's praises to us earlier about just how smart spots. Stephanie White's team is...
And Ryan, how helpful it is to have a great communicator from the post. Boston not only can do that, but when she's on the bench is communicating consistently with her teammates.
Here in Seattle, here's Mitchell zipping inside. First for Kelsey Mitchell during these 11 games. We were talking to her about it earlier.
In my day. But she certainly has been in one.
Billings has Melbourne, takes it to Billings. Mitchell, Clark, Cunningham the 5 for Indiana. Heidemann.
Player.
Wait, is this a recent development? Or
oh, man.
Did you leave Steve? A bachelor party when there was a mouse in our apartment. Against Seattle, they're over the limit, so free throws here coming. Then Liberty Aces at 10. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.
Only 18. It was a huge part of the game.
Cunningham, a little more defense to that starting unit. Clark working behind Billings, off to Cunningham, a deep 3. Cross court, catching fire, Samuels. Here's Clark, back to Billings, center of the lane, got back.
Floor here in this first quarter.
And one of the things Stephanie White talked to us about before the game. Harris has been playing very well for the Fever. First quarter for the Storm. Here's Dolson, Harris quickly up the floor. Cunningham quickly ahead with it. Clark off to Cunningham, looking for another. Had the first ever 40-10 game at 45 points. Billings 8 points. Here's Dolson. Clark gets bumped by Cook. Astute play from Clark.
I think they've all been legit fouls and a really smart play by Caitlin there.
Actions from the fans, young and old. Or older.
Incredible to see.
And that's the kind of reactions we see on a nightly basis. Clark sizing up Samuelson, trying to take her. The runner, bang. Zaya Cook has it taken away by Clark. Use it here when it's her first.
Not there.
Exactly. First, she'd be on the
with
bench.
4
She already had
seconds.
3. Eyes for Seattle, but as our studio crew was talking about in the pregame, they played a foundational pillars here, and they have their own pick. Maybe a Madison Booker or a Hannah Hidalgo, depending.
They're exciting. They're improving. They have their assets for.
Here's Boston. Boston right to the rim. Minutes was limited in the first quarter due to foul trouble. Flawed it up. Into Pham. The reverse.
They get the ball out of the rotation. Seattle, they're getting good looks on the other side.
Timpson. So makes Timpson then fit the roster more appropriately as well, as both teams love to fly. That's part of what Sonia Rahman wants. Heidemann
can still finish it.
Let's check in with Angel Gray.
Well, it's fitting that we were talking about those are different things that she's looking for in her game. She usually plays some nice music before the game.
The group is the time they spend together off the floor and just support women's sports here, and they love their Storm. As high, weaving, dishing, Billings couldn't hang on to it. Johnson had, but Holmes couldn't finish it. Heidemann has had some incredible passes. Clark turns it over. Here's Heidemann. Bounces, Pham gives it back. Shot clock at 3. In a quarter this season, 3 turnovers last. Working Pham. Dumps it underneath. Billings, the cut, and the... Been a really productive game for Monique Billings. Johnson. Clark bounces underneath. Boston, the spin. Couldn't. Big screen from Pham. And then Hall able to recover.
Ooh, girl.
And Clark falling asleep on... Here is Clark faking the 3, tried to bounce it to Boston, off, couldn't put it in. Timpson the rebound, puts it back out to Clark. Seattle on the steal. Here's Heidemann. Heidemann flips it.
Johnson took a second to celebrate with her teammate after the make. You always want to hype up your teammate.
Heidemann has comes up with it. Clark knocks it off of Horston, able to save it in Melbourne. Timpson. Looking for rebound for Indiana. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell jitters inside.
Little fade, finishing on the shot. And coming down here, Caitlin.
Of the last meeting between these teams, Seattle is going to challenge that. To the WNBA presented by Google Pixel. Challenge here.
Their face.
No.
Right? Like
She had 30 in the last meeting between these
17
teams.
in the... It's like parenting.
Yeah.
Good cop. Sure.
Lauren did it in about 8 seconds, right?
Exactly.
Guarded by Timpson. Pham backing in the hook. Clark. Stepping away. Johnson. Working into the paint. Horston. Mitchell. Clark. Melbourne gets the step, the dish, Horston, and Malonga, who are very unique in their size and athleticism and skill itself, rather than constrict it early on. And enhance the way you WNBA with WNBA ID. I don't know if I can make Angel of her, but here she is.
He's not scored in transition since. She's challenging them to have more pride on the defensive end.
Foul from Timpson as Johnson in the studio.
Angel, talked about the transition.
Challenge there. Flage Johnson knocked it out. I'm sure Rob feels honored that he's dad.
Well,
ball in the backcourt with 21 on the shot clock. They have the opportunity to challenge again.
Over half court. And Clark's got to move with some haste. Melbourne quickly out to her. Mitchell trying to get going. 20 and 11 straight. Heidemann able to peek. Heidemann into the paint. Teardrop. Rims off. Pressure on Clark and a foul is called in Seattle. 3 seconds left. Mitchell has to pull. Hey! Well, it clearly got off in time. Working with Rob Dozier there. Pre-game now, Aaliyah Boston not on the floor to start.
What did she see from her team? She said there was an improved effort on the defensive end. They pressured entry if they can get her some early touches in this game.
All right, thanks a lot, Angel. Appreciate that.
Second quarter, especially on the left block.
Mitchell getting a couple look out by Timpson.
Great start to the third quarter by able to score, and then here attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line.
Johnson. The third quarter is Seattle's been able to fight back, claw back, get it to single digits as Clark Heidemann cut and gets fouled. That foul on Flau'jae Johnson significant because it's trying to get it into her. Clark going to drive it instead. The fade and the Orston fading, drops it. Cole penetrates off one leg, back iron. She's had a career high 8 20-point games this season, at 5 total in her career. Clark penetrating to the rim, gets.
Remember the Tinsica?
No.
That's an actual thing. Poor thing, she's still young though, so she won't be feeling that hopefully for the next month.
Heidemann pushes it up and off. Well, this.
By the way, you got to call me on that. Fish aren't in cages, they're in tanks.
Yeah, that's right. Heidemann finding her footing. Cook a three. Is good. An opportunity for Seattle. Heidemann with zest, leaning and hitting. Time. Lindsay Whalen and Christy Tolliver. Has cut it to 5, has the basketball. Bomb. Cut it. Boston yet to appear in this second half. She's questionable to return. Clark trying to wiggle free. Step back is good. Boston did not play in the last meet. Cross court, 2 to shoot. Pham twisting, gonna have to hoist.
4 threes in that quarter alone.
Clark with all trying to find space. 4 to shoot. Mitchell dancing to some space. First quarter, in which they were 13 of 13. Let's check in with Angel Gray.
Use her star status to get an extension on one of her papers. She goes back to a big.
I promise you, I do have a game tonight. Cook flips it up and off.
Mitchell story, but it is sort of. My senior year in college, I lost my license.
By Valkyries, Mercury at 10, Thursday on Prime. Lynx tempo. Handle the drive, the denial, but a foul. As Clark will go. Clark 7 of 7 from the line, make the Fever points in the quarter. Pham, great pass. Heidemann box out. Hines Allen trying to battle for it, and it's out of bounds off of Seattle. Mitchell's three. No. Second lower leg injury. Is back on the bench. Melvin. Here's Clark. Deep three.
Caitlin Clark got the space on that shot because of a turf.
From 3-point range.
To have answers and to come back from deficit. The young team just.
She missed a couple weeks, took her a few games to get her legs back before the break, and now here tonight in Seattle. Heidemann, no. Billings has had a really productive night for Indiana, 12 points. Cook off one leg, able to hit. Clark, step back three, can't. And number 4 now on Monique Billings, and remember, if it gets upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
Didn't look like it.
Long review, which has been par for the course tonight. Able to withstand some incredible performances and still hanging game, leading late in that game. How about high? To your point about the way she's just fully grown into this expanded role here in Seattle. And Timpson, Harris, Clark on the cut, back to Hines Allen, her three. And now Seattle can creep a little closer. Heidemann, short. Hines Allen dishes out. Harris a three. No. Under a minute to go in this third. Cook the scoop. Can't fit the foot of Timpson. Out of bounds. It stays with the Storm.
We're seeing
an opportunity here for Seattle. Dolson, that's a catch. Drive it. The leaner won't go. Clark has 14 of Indiana's 16 here in this.
The fourth quarter, so just excited to see what happens.
Whenever Indiana,
After the All-Star weekend, how are you recovering out here this Tuesday? Been putting on a show tonight. Clark up to 30 points now is Cook.
end of the floor. I mean, she can, but
Line. Cook is 3 of 5. Most she's had in a quarter in her WNBA career is 17. Needing a breather. No Aaliyah Boston yet in this second half.
Kelsey Mitchell time.
Mitchell in there. Well, Stephanie White said she wants her taking those when they're in the. Here's Mitchell pulling.
Players have been able to score in her face.
It's not the easiest backcourt to defend.
No.
For the 5th longest streak in league history. Mitchell again. See Mitchell. Bomb. No. Lead is back to 9. Samuelson the steal. Cook the spin. 5th season with at least 75 made. Asia Wilson. 15 straight 20-point games. That is Rob Dozier. Trying to see if it's worth challenging, but Indiana will not to challenge there.
I think we could have won that challenge.
I agree. Bomb. Mitchell step back 2. Is good. Hey, can't hit. Rebound batted and Johnson.
Jay, right in there. Tahir.
A chance for 3. She has 15 tonight. And is now spinning, driving, bouncing. Himes, Allen, Wade. Heidemann separating. Short. 4 to shoot. Bomb. Clark trying to knock it away. Johnson gathers, reverses it, and instead kind of took herself to the center of the lane. Heidemann shoot free throws, and she will. Indiana leading by 7 midway through
The bench in that 6-man rotation. She said, it's time for my daughter, as she calls her. Stud Bud Stream has driven her confidence in being her authentic self and embracing.
someone who knows, hey, you need a new challenge. You need that next step, even if I'm going to miss you.
On everything that she can bring, in particular on the offensive end.
Blaget trying to get around Clark, unable to over the 20-point mark. She is 20 even, 12th straight game. Mitchell on the attack, lays it in. Heidemann, no. Here's Johnson into the corner. Dolson, they need it. They got it. That's more than any other franchise total. Mitchell has been cooking here in the 4th. Mitchell, you bet. Clark had 16 in the 3rd. Mitchell had rain. Here's Baum fading. Mitchell getting it to Clark in the 3rd. That's how good the 3 of us are. And they both instantly said yes. Not only do we think that, we actually love, then yes, we can absolutely be enough to.
She's okay.
She's been on the bench the entire second half, not playing, but
Seattle just continues.
just kind of buckled her. They can only rule on whether or not it is a flagrant or not if in finishing the shooting motion.
That's a quick review.
Red eye in real peril. As Heidemann, Mitchell trying to create. Oh my goodness, splits the double. Incredible. 4th here from Mitchell, who had Heidemann. 4th straight game for Indiana, putting up 100 as Clark scoring 100 for the Fever. Most ever in a single season. Trying to call timeout, it does. Smart decision there. And of the 4th, she is the kind of player when you see the one go. Mitchell, Caitlin Clark leading this Fever team tonight after ball. Clark directing traffic. Clark. That is the 6th foul on Johnson. Anything injury-wise, you just pay attention to with Clark after she was Billings pressured, and it's going to be a travel. Clark going for the steal, and with 33. Horsteen No.
Down 10, minute to go. Seattle continues to play for 2.
You consider they have their own pick. A lot to be excited about for the Seattle Storm. They have really started to find their stride, especially offensively, trying to send away Timpson. Running clock, Heidemann comfortably hard. Ooh, big
Energy was really, really good, both offensively and defensively.
Zoology, science, I just tried to avoid altogether. Into Clark. Now the violation. 3.3 remaining. Albin and the Indiana Fever have found their groove.